To schedule an appointment in a client's profile, search for their name, click on it from the drop-down list, and you'll be brought to their profile. If their profile needs to be reviewed, you'll have to go through each tab and click on Save and Next by reviewing their profile into the Services page. If the profile does not need to be reviewed, click on Services. Click on New Appointment. The household summary box will show you information that would be useful when recording an appointment that pertains to the household. So this includes the household size, how many adults, seniors, and children are in the household, and the ages of the children if there are any. There's also a number of visits in the last 30 days, any social programs that any members of the household have, and any dietary considerations in the household. This is also a customizable list per organization, so there could be more or fewer options listed here. Under appointment details, you're going to go to pickup date and select a date in the future that the client is going to come. Select the location. So if not your location, if it's being scheduled at a satellite site, then you can select from the drop-down list. And then the status by default is pending. There are other statuses available when scheduling an appointment. By default, most of the time, if not all, will be pending. Packed is used for organizations where if you have a separate set of volunteers who pack boxes or baskets of food or bags of food for clients, and you need to provide them with a list, then they can then change the status to packed. Shipped would be if it needs to be sent somewhere else. Collected is when the client actually picks up the food. This is the only status that counts as a visit. Not collected would mean they did not come to get their food. Rescheduled means that they at least called to reschedule the appointment. Some food banks then change the existing appointment's date to a future date. Some change the status to rescheduled and then create another appointment. Canceled means they called to cancel, as in they cannot come for this date. So I'll leave this as pending. What were the reasons for this visit? What brought the client to request food for that day? Who from the household is receiving services for this visit? So by default, it will check off everybody in the household. Any foods or items provided, so these are both customizable lists. In this section, there actually are no items provided on this page. And then referrals, any services or organizations that you refer the client to. Any additional notes about the household or the visit can be noted here. The note can be marked as an alert, which means it would show at the top of the client's profile for any other user accessing that profile to see, or you can mark this note as private, which means only users with access to that agency, when they see this client's profile, will see it, and there's also an option for both. So I will save this appointment. So the appointment has been saved and the status is set to pending.